Hey guys, Dylan here, and in this video I have something very special for you guys because I know a lot of you guys who have started your agency and your first couple weeks into it are struggling with it. So instead of providing you with some mental masturbation where I sit and maybe talk about the harsh truth of making $100,000 a month at 6 years old, I'm gonna give you raw, actionable steps, show you guys the real scripts that we use and exactly how we are setting appointments in our own agency. So in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly how we turn these leads that we get, these engaged conversations that we get on our social media outreach campaigns into qualified booked calls that are eager to show up on our sales calendar, okay? Let's get into it. All right, guys, so before I break down the steps and the framework that we're using, I wanna show you guys, as always, proof that this is actually working. So this is one of the agencies that I'm building right now. You can see these are the appointments that are getting booked on a daily basis. And yes, it's not like a million appointments. It's not like we're booking hundreds of appointments every single week. But remember, this is completely free, and I'm going to show you guys the exact steps that we use to implement this, and then also give you guys the scripts that we use, and then also show you guys live call recordings. And you can see here, it's not just that we're booking appointments. Just in the last 7 days since we implemented, they got this going. We've already collected one $3,500 PIF and a $500 deposit that's going to close later this week right now. All right, so as always, let's start with a high-level overview of what this process looks like. Now, I have a lot of videos on my channel where I break down how to actually DM prospects, how to actually, create your scripts and whatnot. I'll link a couple in the description. This is more about how do we turn these leads that we're getting through Instagram DMs into qualified, ready to show up, ready to be sold calls on our calendar like we've been doing in my agency right now. Alrighty, so before we get into a little bit of the weeds and the technicality and how this thing works, I just want to quickly run through the high-level overview of how this process works. So in our agency, we have a VA DMing our prospect. From there, we get a positive reply. From there, we call up the lead, and this is the main part that I'm going to be focusing on in this video. It's how do we go from here to here? So how do we get these positive replies? How do we call them up? What do we say when we call them up? And how do we set the meeting? And then obviously, on that meeting is when you close them. So now, before we get into, what we should be doing, and I'm going to preview this by saying we want to implement something called the stepping stones principle. But let me explain to you why most people never set appointments using Instagram DMs, or ultimately are never able to fill their calendar like you just saw that we were able to do in our agency, despite just getting it started and not leveraging my name and not leveraging anything that would give me an advantage over anybody, over you watching this video, okay? And the reason why most people fail is because this is what they will do. They will DM the prospect with some crazy, ludicrous guarantee that skips all of these, principal steps and tries to get them straight into a meeting where they can be sold. But the thing is, in today's age of social media, heck, by no means am I famous. By no means do I have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And I already see people complaining sometimes that when I release an outreach script, that it gets saturated. And I'm just one guy, okay? Because your prospects are hearing these pitches over and over and over again. Okay, so what is the new thing, right? What is allowing us to be able to cut through the noise and to be able to get in touch with prospects consistently, despite only having one VA on board, and really that's it. What we do is we implement something called the stepping stones principle, okay? And the stepping stones principle is something that I had to learn the hard way, because when I first started my first agency a couple of years ago, in a lot of ways, I was just like you. I would, DM as many prospects as I could, telling them that, hey, they should hop on the call because I have this great new service. I was going to be able to guarantee them X, Y, Z, and they didn't care, right? But as soon as I introduced the stepping stone principle, which is basically the concept of is you only sell the next step in your sales process, that is when everything began to change. And that is when I was literally able to turn Instagram DMs into a $25,000 a month agency way back in 2019, okay? And here's how the stepping stone principle looks like in action. So instead of, DMing the prospect and saying, hey, I can guarantee you X, Y, Z, it's, hey, I've been doing some research in your area and I have some ideas that I'd like to run by you, right? Because what we're doing in this case is we're selling the fact that they should reply to us in a positive manner. Right, that is something that is a lot easier to get a positive reply on. It's a lot easier to get a positive reply when you reach out to somebody and say, hey, I've been doing research into your business. I've been doing research in the area, and I'd love to have a chat about some of the things that I found out. You're going to get a lot more positive replies if you reach out to somebody like that versus if you reach out to somebody and say, hey, I have something to sell you, right? You get that positive reply, yes, let's chat. Then you take that phone call, right? Here's my ideas. Can I show you how to implement them? Right? What do most people do when they call up the phone? Most people, when they pick up the phone, is, hey, here's how I can guarantee you X, Y, Z. here's what I can guarantee you, X, Y, Z. Let's hop on a meeting so I can sell you, right? But your prospects have already heard that 10 times, right? But if you hop on there, you provide value, you genuinely take 5 to 10 minutes to research in the area. One of the things that is really, really good, a little bonus tip here, is if you research their local competitors, right? So when I was in the gym niche and I would find one gym, let's say it was located at 123 Main Street, I would find the other gyms that were also on Main Street. And then I would, and then just quickly I would say, hey, here's how we could beat out your next door gym, right? I looked into your gym. I looked into their gym. Here's 3 strategies that we could use to be able to take up market share in your local area, right? And now they're like, wow, damn, I do want to beat out that gym. That gym's been cutting into my margins. It's been cutting into my market share. I was so frustrated when they, came up on the street, right? So if you do that little bit of research, it's like, wow, you're actually providing value, right? And then at the end of the phone call, it's like, can I show you how to implement these ideas, right? And your odds of getting a yes there are so much higher, right? Because think about it. What most of you guys are doing is you're going to the DM and you're trying to DM people, hey, let's hop on a meeting so I can show you how I can guarantee you 10 XYZ listings, right? And you're wondering why you can't book any appointments. Well, no fucking shit. If somebody hit you up and was like, hey, let me guarantee you XYZ, would you hop on a call with them? Probably not, unless you were bored. But knowing you guys, even if you're bored, you probably just go jerk off instead, right? And your prospects are the exact same way. So with this, it allows you to sell. With using this process, it allows you to sell each individual step, which allows you to get significantly 5, 10, 15, 20 times more people through your pipeline. And the best part about it is, unlike in the transactional sales process where you have one shot at selling people, when you do it this way and when you provide value to people all the way through, and I know you guys hear the term provide value and it annoys you, it frustrates you because, oh, everybody's telling me to provide value, but what do I provide? Well, you're doing 10 minutes of research into your prospects' competitors and coming up with ideas as to how they could beat out their direct competitors that they think about every single day when they go to work is value. Okay, that is a definition of value that you can provide. And then from there, after you take that phone call and it's like, hey, here's how I can implement them. It's, would you like to, you set the meeting, and then obviously on the meeting, you go through your typical sales process. I'll also link some videos in my description about, the sales processes that we're using, in our agencies that are closing, these deals that I'm showing you. Okay. So that is the high level overview of how we actually implement, this process, and the difference between those who have tried to implement this before and failed, which is what I see all the time, and it's what I used to do personally, which is usually because they're trying to sell their offer when they haven't even met the person yet, versus a much more effective, much more higher converting process, whereas you go through the stepping stone principle, and when you go from DM to positive reply to phone call to meeting to new client, you only sell them becoming a new client once you first sold them on replying positively, once you first sold them on taking a phone call, once you first sold them on actually showing up to the meeting, and then you sell them on coming a client. So now what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to show you guys the actual scripts that we're going to use. We use 2. One is for high volume to really pack a calendar, and then one is a little bit more strict, includes a little bit more of a qualification process to allow for higher quality bookings. And then from there, I'll also show you guys live call recordings. Okay. So just give me a sec as I pull up that on my computer, and I'll see you there in a minute. All right. So the first script I'll share with you guys is the quick set script. And this is really just if you're looking to get in front of many people as possible and book as many calls as possible, use this script. It's super beginner friendly. And all you do is hey, is this name? Oh, perfect. This is just name. I just reached out to you on Instagram a little while ago. They'll say, oh, yeah, I remember. I don't know. Okay, what's up? Yeah. So the reason for the quick phone call is you showed some bit interest in XYZ program that I mentioned. I just wanted to touch base with you and see, what your schedule was looking like in the next day or so, that way we could hop on a call and go through some details and see if it's something you'd still be willing to have us set up for you? Question mark, right? And so this is just a very quick one. You can get a lot of calls in. You can book calls here, and obviously your show rate isn't going to be as high with this, but if you're just starting out, it's a good entry level script to use to be able to get familiar with the process of setting appointments.
Hello?
Hi, is this Tiana?
Yes, who am I speaking with?
This is Asus today. I'm the Keller Williams agent from Arizona. I had reached out to you on Instagram a little while back.
Oh, yes. Hi.
Awesome. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Pretty good. Yeah, reason for the phone call. I just wanted to check in with you really quick and see what your schedule was looking like over the next couple of days, either maybe tomorrow or Friday or even Monday if possible. Um, if you were interested in hopping on a quick call with me, I know I mentioned that referral program and you showed a little bit of interest, so I was going to see if you wanted to kind of run through that. I can show you how it works and, see if it's something that would even work for your business with the way you have it structured at the moment.
Okay. I am free on Thursday afternoon, my time.
Okay. Okay, Thursday afternoon. Give me 1 second here, because you're out in Hawaii, so I know there's a bit of a time change there. It's 12:06 for me right now. How about you?
It's 9:06 a.m.
Okay. Okay, then why don't we do, let's see here. I can do 2 p.m. my time, which would be 11 a.m. your time. Oh, you said in the afternoon. Let's
Yeah.
see. What about just noon? Would that work? Shortly after noon, maybe?
Like, yeah,
Or
I should be able
12:30?
to be done at, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's, okay.
Do you want to shoot for 12 or 12:30?
12:30.
Okay, sure. So that would be 3. Oh,
3:30.
I'm
No.
sorry. That's actually not going to work for me. I have another meeting at that
Okay.
time. Yeah, I think tomorrow's going to be a little
What
tough
about Friday
for
in the
me.
morning, for morning
In
on
the
Friday?
Yeah, definitely. What do you say we do um we do like 9 a.m. your time?
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. Let me just write that down here. That'd be about noon for me. And then what's the best email to send over a calendar invite with a Zoom link and everything on it?
So it's my first and last name, Tiana Spikerman @gmail.com.
@gmail.com. Let me just make sure I got this right. Tiana, Tiana, Spikerman, Spikerman @gmail.com.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I'll go ahead and get that sent over in the next couple minutes. And then, yeah, I'll plan on chatting with you on Friday at 9 a.m. your time.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Take care, Tiana.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay guys, so now that you just saw what the qualifier script was, you can take that, model it, use it in your own business, and heard some live call examples. I'm going to go through the qualifier script, which is obviously a little bit more of an advanced script. I would call it intermediate level in the overall process of setting appointments. The pros to this one is that the sales calls that you do book are going to be more qualified, are going to have a higher percentage chance of closing. The con of this is you're just simply not going to book as many appointments. But I'll go through this script to give you guys a little bit more context as you guys are, working on it, sharing it with your setting team, doing the setting calls yourself, et cetera, et cetera. So, hey, is this name? Oh, perfect. This is just name, your name. I reached out to you on Instagram a little while ago. Yeah, You possibly reply. Yes, so the reason for the quick phone pose, you showed a bit of interest in XYZ program that I mentioned. I just want to touch base with you and see what your schedule is looking like next year so we could hop on a call and go through the details and see if it's something you'll be willing for us to set up for you. Right. And then from there, you can come into, a little bit of a, show them how you can provide value, show them how you're different, and really speak to, what they're looking for, right? So, okay, so what we do in our agency is, okay, so first I just want to be upfront and say that we're not another, lead gen company. We only connect you with people who actually want desired customer outcomes. So in our case, it's like who actually want to list their home. But it's not only the type of thing where we need to send you a referral every few months. We're looking for a long-term partnership where we can send anywhere from, what you guys guarantee per month. Do you have the capacity to take on an extra 10 deals per month, 3 deals per month, 1 deal per month? Yeah, I do. If they say no, I don't, you would tap in the qual and disqualifying them. And then for here, right, you want to insert a niche specific pre-qualifying question, right? And so basically what you want to do is you want to ask an indirect question where you guys can get an idea of does this person have money or not, right? So it could be, on average, how many listing appointments do you have a month right now, right? Or on average, how many listings do you do a year right now, right? Or if you're in the gym niche, awesome. So I guess how many current active members do you have right now, right? You kind of want to get an idea of, does this person have money? Is this somebody that you could possibly work with, right? Once you have that idea, right, then you can continue with it. Now, if you don't, right, because sometimes if they say, oh, I haven't done any listings this year, well, then you can attempt to disqualify them, right? And what's going to happen is one of two things are going to happen when you attempt to disqualify them. Option number one is they're going to be disqualified and leave the call, which is good. It's good. It's not bad. It's good, because that means you got to save time. You got to be able to allocate future time, future energy, future resources into finding more people who are qualified. What will happen though sometimes as well is when they realize that you're not just trying to sell them and that you're damn well willing to end the call right now, well, then they'll be like, oh, no, wait. So no, we actually do a little bit more, and they'll backtrack, right? Because, a lot of the times they might just have their guard up, and by you trying to end the call will massively lower their guard, right? And then, the next thing that we'll do is, in our case, is, all right, awesome. So what's your kind of team structure at the moment? Are you an independent agent or are you on a team? What does that look like? Right. Got you. So I know I mentioned the XYZ program, which is essentially allow you to pay our company directly out of the closed deals we send you. But I should let you know our partners typically do cover ad spend, since every deal we're generating in your area will be going exclusively to you and not a bunch of other companies. Yeah. So obviously at the end of the day, the numbers are really what's going to be the most important for your business. And you should only want to work with us if we're actually able to get you XYZ results. So let's schedule a call. We can share exactly how this works, show you what we're doing for our partners, and really figure out if it's even worth discussing further. Right. So as you can see, this is a lot stricter. This is, a lot more, introduces a lot more of an intense qualification. The good news is that the people that show up, they understand what they're getting into. There's no bait and switch there. And then in addition to this, I kind of left it out because I wanted to really focus on this throughout, right? In addition to this, we want to make sure that we kept the commitment, like we kept the promise that we made in the Instagram DM, right? So as we're going through, this is the script, right? That doesn't mean you should follow the script. You never actually want to follow the script. And as you're going throughout the call, you want to be able to share the ideas that you mentioned that you had for them, right? Provide a little value. Show that you actually know what you're talking about. And listen, you do 5 minutes of research and you can fucking sound like you know what you're talking about. You don't need to be an expert to sound like an expert. You just need to put in a little effort and do about 5 to 10 minutes of research. So I know it doesn't say, here's my ideas or anything like that in the script here, because this is the highlight. This is what you want to go through during your conversation. But as you're going through this, it's about, sharing those ideas that you did and you told them that you were going to do on the setting on the Instagram DMs to build that rapport with them, to show them that you're an expert, so they are more likely to actually go through the script with you. Right? Because if you jump on the call and you're just like, no, you don't really provide any value, and you seem like every other person that's hitting them up, they're going to be less likely to do that. So with that, I'm going to cut into showing you guys some examples, some live recordings of this script in action, so you guys can actually see what this looks like in person.
Hello, this is Kevin.
Hey, Kevin. This is Asa Saddam. I'm the Arizona agent, Keller Williams. I had reached out to you on Instagram a little while back.
Yep, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Just grabbing a bite to eat right now.
Nice. Cool. Well, if it's a bad time, just let me know. I only had a couple minutes here myself. So I just wanted to touch base with you. I know I'd mentioned that referral program. You showed a little bit of interest, so I just wanted to check in, see what your schedule was looking like this week, see if you had some time to kind of hop on a call and go a little more into the details of what that could possibly look like.
Yeah, let me revisit it. I don't remember the details. So shoot me another message so I can put it at the top of my phone, and I'll look into it again and let you know when I can get on the call.
Okay. Are you thinking more towards the end of the week, or
Yeah, that'd probably be best.
maybe end of the week? Okay.
Yep.
I mean, what do you think? Thursday or Friday would be
Let's
better
shoot for
for you?
Friday.
Friday. Okay.
Yeah,
let me see here.
we got some bad weather, so everything's pretty much shut down here right now.
Yeah, you're in Houston, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think you're just 1 hour ahead of me at the moment. Is it 3:05 for you?
Yeah, it is.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I mean, I could do pretty much any time after what would be 1 p.m. your time on Friday.
Yeah,
Would that work
for
for
one?
you? 1? Okay. Cool. Well, yeah, that should be fine. And before I go ahead and I'll get that booked in, but before I do, I just want to confirm with you kind of what your team structure is. Are you on a team? Are you an independent agent? What does that look like?
Just as family owned and operated.
Okay. So
yeah, we can go over all that on Friday.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, the reason I brought that up is I just want to be totally upfront. We can send you anywhere from 1 to 5 deals every single month. Now, I'm talking deals, not leads.
Mm-hmm.
We, pre-qualify everything, have conversations with everyone that we would send to you, make sure, find out what their budget is, part of town they're looking in, what their financial status is, make sure they're not working with any other agents or anything like that. We'll take care of all of that for you, but we will only partner with one in a designated area. So if we were to do that, you would be our go-to guy in Houston. So, and along with that, the agent typically covers the ad spend. So I just want to make sure that that's something you're, open to at least.
Yeah, it just all comes down to, what the ad spend is and
right, what the numbers
ROI
come out
be.
to look like.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah. Okay, cool. And we can go over those numbers more in depth on Friday.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll go ahead and get that on the calendar. I don't have an email for you. Where's the best place to send a Zoom link?
You can just send it to that's my name, Kevin Torres at att.net.
Kevin Torres, and that's 2 R's in Torres, right?
Yep.
At att.
That's it.
.net. Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, I'll get that confirmation over to you in the next couple minutes, and then I'll chat with you again on Friday.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, take care, man.
All right,
enjoy lunch. Bye.
Alrighty guys, so I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I hope you got 10x of value in return, and stay tuned. I'm gonna be releasing an updated video of how to actually get all those positive replies so you can have more leads to call, more appointments to book, and ultimately more money to make. Now, one last thing I wanna mention, if you are looking to be, or if you have any interest in having me and my team do exactly what we're doing for that agency I just showed you, click the link below to apply. We do get about 100 to 2 applications a week. Obviously, the individual that was running that agency, he's super hardworking, he's committed, and he's just somebody that I looked into and I believed him. But if you think that could be you, I encourage you to click the link below to apply, because we are actively looking for our next SMMA partner to work with. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.